Hello and welcome to How to Play Casket Solitaire, a game for one player. This game was suggested by Ender's Game Reviewer. I noticed no channel that has an actual human playing this has covered this game yet, and so while there's some automated versions available, you probably want to learn how to play this with actual cards. You'll take 2 decks, shuffle them together, you'll deal 5 cards in this formation as follows, followed by another 8 cards in a little U. You'll place 13 cards down. This will be known as the jewels. Then you'll leave the rest of the deck down, known as the draw pile. You're going to have 3 distinct discard piles for this game. And the crazy rules with this game is that when you move cards from the coffin lid, the vacancies will be immediately filled from the jewels pile. There's 13 of those cards. The strategy basically is to get rid of those cards as fast as possible. Now you can play cards from your discard pile to your foundation piles if a legal move is available. You'll be building the foundations in suit in ascending order. Vacancies in the casket body, the little U made up of 8 cards seen below, those do not need to be filled immediately. You can fill them at your leisure, at your pleasure. But the coffin lid will need to be filled immediately until the jewel deck is exhausted. Once you've ran out of jewel deck cards, then you could fill the coffin lid vacancies with any cards from your discard pile or your draw pile as they come up. It is your choice on what to do. In the U coffin body, as it is known, you can pack on in descending order, so that means a downward rank. So for that 9 of diamonds there on the top left hand corner, if we had an 8 of diamonds, we could place it on there, followed by a 7 of diamonds. You'll also see that we have a 2 of clubs. That ace of clubs in the coffin lid can go right on that. That'd be a silly move to make though, because you're just going to play it right on the foundation piles anyways. But in the coffin body, you are allowed to pack in descending order. And so there is no redeal, so you have to do this all on your first try. So there's 3 discard piles. You can put any card from the draw pile if you don't see a legal move or you don't want to make it. You can put it in any of those 3 discard piles. The object of the game, of course, being to get all 8 foundation piles built up in suit in ascending order from ace all the way to king. And for those of you who don't know ascending order, that basically means 1, 2, 3, 4. So ace, 2, 3, 4. All the way up to king in the standard card order. So we'll get started, and you see I've already moved that ace of clubs over. We moved the 2 of clubs on top of it. We're immediately refilling our coffin vacancies. Now we don't have to fill vacancies in the body, but I'm choosing to take high ranked cards, kings, jacks, stuff like that, ranks like that, and I'm immediately putting them in the coffin body because what I want to do, I want to get that jewel pile exhausted as soon as possible. That's going to help me win this game. This game is a mostly odds in favor game if you know what you're doing and you don't make mistakes. So if you played enough 2-deck solitaire games, this will start making a lot of sense when you consider the rules for 5 minutes. So really what we're trying to do now, we're trying to find a way to advance these cards and advance them in the foundation piles. I'm trying not to get a lower ranked card buried underneath a higher ranked card of the same suit. I'm also being very mindful of which cards I'm playing in the discard pile. Now, you got to remember with these videos, I'm not showing them in real time because I don't want you to waste this much of your life watching me play solitaire. This is about 4 times normal speed, so I don't normally move this fast or think this quickly. And in fact, I cut out a couple of moments where I had to consult the rules because I wasn't sure I was allowed to make a move in the way I made it. Now you see that the jewels pile is exhausted, so now I'm filling up coffin lid spaces with any card that I wish from any of the discard piles. I'm choosing to try to play down in suit in descending order so that I can use them later to build in ascending order. So it's just very important to keep a good mind on what cards you have played already and what cards you have available in which piles and when you need to use them, when you need to recall them. As long as you don't inadvertently bury yourself in a way that you can't recover, you should win this game. So as long as you're mindful of that and you've had enough good moves, you should be able to win this game. So there you see a 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 of diamonds. So we've got a vacancy in the body. So now it's time to consider where we need to fill that from. We go ahead and put that 5 of spades there and put the queen of spades in the coffin lid. So the coffin lid you cannot build on, you cannot pack cards on, unlike the coffin body where you are able to pack cards. So that's 8 cards that you can pack on in descending order. Then your foundation piles you're allowed to build in ascending order. So you got plenty of room to work, especially the 3 discard piles. So you should win this game if you're very, very careful and strategic about where you place your discards. Now once we get a book completed, we'll just turn it over. So once we get ace to king, we'll just turn it over because we can no longer use those piles and we don't really want to anyways. Those books are completed. I see a 3 of diamonds. I just need to discover it and go ahead and put it over there. But I think right now I'm more concerned with putting cards from the discard piles into the coffin body or the coffin lid discard piles. And so we completed another book. Looks like we're doing pretty good here. I have that 10 of diamonds I could put on that jack. I go ahead and do so. And I'm pretty much just going home now. I've got everything else completed. I pretty much know what cards left in the draw pile at this point. It's just a matter of making sure I don't screw anything up and get every book completed as needed. And then once we do that, we'll be on our way. So there's 7, 8, 9, 10, jack, king, queen. And there we go. Last one. And we've done it. We've completed it. So yay! And like always, if you actually want to play something that's not a solitaire that requires an opponent, otherwise known as a friend, and if you don't have any friends, just post on card game meetups what games you want to play and where, what public place you want to play them, in what city. And you might meet somebody who's a stranger to come play with you. And eventually that stranger will be a friend that you haven't yet met. And there'll be a friend that you've met, and who knows, maybe you'll strike up a good friendship. Do check out our Discord. We have a link in the show more in the description. It's a fun place where you talk about card games. And do call your friends if you actually have some and ask them if they actually like to play some cards. They might say yes, and they might say no, but you never know until you actually give them a call. And it's probably important to do that every once in a while. And if you do give them a call, let them know about this channel. So do like and subscribe. And if you have friends, share these videos with friends you know like playing card games. Under the community tab, we have a poll. I can't remember what the question was, but go ahead and check it out. I want to thank today's musician, and I'll see everybody next video.